This is the Dremel SawMax, another amazingly versatile tool system from Dremel. The SawMax gives you the ability to make all your common cuts with confidence. Multi-purpose cutting wheels easily cut through everyday materials like wood, drywall, plastics, plywood, and more. Just set the depth of your cut and go. With its ergonomic design, you'll have an unparalleled view of the task at hand. Masonry and tile wheels make quick work of tough materials like wall and floor tile, granite, cement board, or pavers. A flush cutting wheel can be used on its own or paired with special guides for making bevel cuts, miter cuts, or cutting 2x4s, all with the ease of single-handed operation, no matter where you're cutting, which makes it the tool you'll reach for time and time again. Check out the Dremel SawMax wherever power tools are sold, or visit Dremel.com for a free project DVD. Cut with confidence. Cut.
Introducing the Skill Saw 10-inch heavy-duty worm drive table saw with stand, featuring a Diablo blade. The latest addition to Skill Saw's powerful worm drive table saw lineup. Skill Saw's legendary worm drive powertrain delivers all the torque to tear through plywood and 4x with ease. Skill Saw's patented dual field motor runs cooler so it can work harder, longer. Make quick fence adjustments with the rack and pinion fence system. And a left side support helps you manage extra large stock. Keep dust under control by attaching a vacuum to the dust chute, or use the dust elbow to direct it into a bucket for easy disposal. The rugged stand features 16-inch wheels, allowing you to roll over stairs and rough job site surfaces. The saw sets up and folds with the push of a lever and can easily load into a truck bed. Optional dado insert, zero clearance insert, and rear outfeed accessories exclusively made for this table saw are sold separately. The 10-inch heavy-duty worm drive table saw with stand comes with Skill Saw's Stay True guarantee. Try it for 180 days. If you're not satisfied, we'll give you your money back. Skill Saw's 10-inch heavy-duty worm drive table saw with stand. When the work stacks up, let it rip. Visit skillsaw.com for more information.
Snazzy looking cutting board. Now you got a nice little board to do all your cutting on. Cut really small tomatoes on it, even rotten apples, we won't tell. To make our cutting board, we'll be using a Win 4x36-inch belt disc sander and a Win dual bevel sliding compound miter saw. First and foremost, you're gonna need some wood. I measured and cut 3 16-inch pieces of 1x4-inch mahogany and 2 16-inch pieces of 1x2-inch maple. You should end up with 5 pieces of wood for your cutting board. Next step is to apply the glue. Make sure to use a non-toxic glue that is water resistant and FDA approved for indirect food contact. After double checking that everything is level, clamp the board down and leave it to dry. Once she's done drying, you can move on to the fun part, sanding down the edges and faces of the board. I started with the disc on our belt disc sander to round out the corners of the board. Once they are nice and round, I moved on to cleaning up the faces with the sanding belt. Always move your workpiece around, as leaving it in one spot for too long may make your final product uneven. For simple cleanup, attach a Win dust extractor to your belt disc sander to keep the sawdust from going too wild. Finally, I rounded out the edges of the board. Both the corners and sides can be a little frustrating to sand, but with some practice, creating rounded edges becomes fairly easy. Once everything is nice and round, you can do a once-over on the project with some extra sandpaper and elbow grease to make sure those corners and edges are nice and smooth. Finally, pick your favorite food-safe finish and apply a few coats to the cutting board. Again, make sure the finish you use is food-safe, since it will be coming in direct contact with your food. So there you have it. That's how to make a cutting board. Now you can cut stuff. Great, look at that. Looks pretty good. So remember, when you need a basic woodworking project to learn about sawing and sanding,
Introducing the Oscillating Spindle and Belt Sander from Eagle America. It includes 2-inch, 1.5 inch, 1 inch, 3/4 inch, and 1/2 inch sanding sleeves in 80 grit, along with matching rubber sanding drums. We've supplied 5 throat plates, one to match each drum, as well as a zero clearance insert for the spindle sander. There's an edge sanding attachment and an 80 grit sanding belt. To use the spindle sander, install the zero clearance insert. Then install the throat plate that matches the sanding sleeve you plan to use. Slide the sleeve over the drum and place the drum onto the spindle. Add the washer closest in size to the sanding drum and thread the nut onto the sander. Tighten with the included wrench. You can remove the backstop when using the spindle. The spindle sander is ideal for smoothing inside curves and is especially handy for scroll saw or bandsaw work. To use the edge sanding attachment, remove the drum from the sander with the spindle wrench. Then remove the throat plate and zero clearance insert. Install the edge sanding attachment and secure it with the spindle locking knob. Slide the sanding belt into place and move the tension lever to the left. Flip the sander on and off quickly. The belt will move up or down on the edge sanding attachment. If it moves up, turn the tracking knob counterclockwise by 90 degrees. If the belt moves down, turn the tracking knob clockwise by 90 degrees. Flip the sander on and off again. If the belt moves, adjust the tracking knob again. Repeat this process until the belt remains in place. The edge sanding attachment is perfect for smoothing outside curves. You can also sand inside edges with the curved ends of the belt. Install the backstop to prevent square workpieces from moving when sanding the ends. The table can be adjusted to sand angles up to 45 degrees. There's also handy storage for the throat plates and spindle nut on each side of the sander. The zero clearance insert can be stored in the back compartment when using the edge sanding attachment. We've provided a safety key that disables the power switch when removed to prevent accidents. The oscillating spindle and belt sander is a handy piece of equipment that will expand your shop's capabilities.
This is the Bosch CM10GD dual bevel glide miter saw. This saw combines evolutionary performance with revolutionary design. Remodelers, trim carpenters, and woodworkers will appreciate the unbelievable engineering that went into this space-saving design. This patented axial glide system provides consistent precision over the life of the tool while saving you up to 10 inches of workspace. Notice how there are no rails? With this design, you can push this right up against the wall. The glide action also allows for unmatched smoothness of cut. With 12-inch nominal horizontal capacity, 5-inch vertical capacity, and 6-inch crown capacity against the fence, you get an expanded cutting capacity on this 10-inch saw. Upfront bevel controls mean no more reaching to the back of the tool. Make adjustments quickly and easily. The integrated crown chop lock lets you lock the head in place for maximum chop cutting capacity for upright base molding and nested crown. Easily set up the bevel with the tall 4 1/4 inch fences for increased crown molding capacity. So this is it. The Bosch CM10GD 10-inch dual bevel glide miter saw. You really have to try this thing to believe how smooth it is. For more information on this tool, reference this page and be sure to check out the complete line of Bosch miter saws.